Hello. Let's chat about boundaries. It's a really important conversation right now, I think, because of everything that's going on in the world. There is a global narrative right now that is very us versus them. So, pro vax, no vax, or free vax, pro systems, pro government, anti systems, anti government, unvaccinated, vaccinated. It's just, it's it's very heavy. It's really, really heavy energy. And something that we need to be mindful within this discussion, no matter where you stand on the issue, is, are you building walls or are you setting boundaries? Now, you might say, well, what's the difference? There isn't any. But I think there is. I think that boundaries are important and are something that each of us deserves to have in place and to use as a tool for keeping us feeling safe and feeling sovereign, I think, feeling like we're really in our power. And boundaries are, I would describe them as an energetic wall. So they stop what you don't want to come through, but there's still a flow of energy. There's still an exchange. Whereas a wall, as a wall it does, tends to block everything out. Light, energy, different opinions, other people's perspectives, looking at the situation from another point of view. So while I think it's really important that we honor ourselves and we're coming at whatever choice we're making, and the choice itself doesn't matter, but whatever choice we're making from a place of sovereignty, we're making the right decision for us, and we are setting boundaries that we feel we need to set in order to feel safe and to feel healthy and to feel secure. That doesn't necessarily mean blocking out all the other energy in the world. And the narrative and the rhetoric right now in the world is that some things or some people or some systems are good and others are bad. And while there is duality in the world, there is this kind of discussion of light and dark within our world, the reality is that it's within all of us, and every decision and every opinion has a good and a bad side. So what I want to ask you here is, are you building walls or are you setting healthy boundaries? And if you're setting healthy boundaries, great, cool, keep on with your bad self. But if you are honest with yourself and you realize that you're building walls that keep other people or other perspectives or other ways of viewing a situation, other perspectives out of your field, out of your energy, where can you come at those perspectives or differing opinions with more love? Where can you open yourself up, even if it's just a crack, to let some of the light from another perspective into your circle? My opinion of these kinds of situations is that there is no one right answer. There is no ultimate truth. Everyone is just trying to do the best that they can with the information that they have. And when people are moving from a space of fear, they take more aggressive actions, like building walls. When we move from a space of love, we are more open, we are more solution focused, we're better able to see things from a different perspective and allow the energy of other people or other situations or other perspectives to come in and not influence us, but educate us, to show us another way, to take in another perspective and perhaps broaden our view. Regardless of where you stand on any of these issues, there's always more room for love. There's always, always, always more room for love. More room for love, more room for light, more room for growth, more room to learn and educate yourself. And I think it is important to remember that if you feel like your position and your opinion is right, that is totally cool, and that is your right as a sovereign human being to feel that way. But I want to remind you gently that the person on the other side also thinks the exact same thing. They also believe that their opinion is right, that they are doing the right thing. It's always that way. Now, I understand that there are things in general in the world that are objectively wrong. War, for example, okay? But in this case, it's a little bit more complex. So where can we bring more love to this situation? Where can we create a boundary instead of a wall? Where can we make space to see the world from a different perspective and really open ourselves up? Because if we do it in this situation, which objectively is very difficult, if we can do it here, we can do it anywhere. And our lives will begin to change. Things will begin to unfold for us because we will be open to new perspectives and new ways of seeing the world. And that little crack, after a while of letting the light in, becomes bigger and bigger. And we become more and more aware and conscious of what is going on around us. And that's a beautiful thing. And I think that ultimately that's what we all want. We all want to feel loved and seen and heard. And the easiest way to do that is to begin by seeing something difficult through the lens of love.